Alright, it is time for day 5 of our Recoded Maya run. So, today is DLC Walking Day. I'm gonna do some melee because I want to fight dragons, and I think that that would go well for some reason. And then for our second DLC, I want to try to do something a little more PHASELOCK centric. Kind of a screw that guy in particular build, where we just follow our PHASELOCK around the combat that we're doing, and then just intentionally go bully whatever it grabs. So maybe, I don't know, Pirate DLC might be good for that. It'll also be a gun build, so maybe we'll try that, we'll see. Hey, get out of here. Thank you. Oh, Tubby Bones. Oh, 2 Tubby Bones. Okay, hold on. I do have on an agility relic, so we move nice and quick. Oh my goodness, these guys have health bars. And I knocked off his crit spot. Okay. Am I hitting him now? I am, okay. I really couldn't tell. Terrifying. Okay, we might have good damage, but compared to this guy existing, we do not have good damage, apparently. I might need to actually invest into a melee shield. We could get the one that has 0 capacity and gives plus to max health. It would kind of make up for the amount of health that we lose on a melee build. So, like, potentially a thing we could try out. We'll see. Okay, we haven't seen a doll loyalist yet. So 75% gun damage, really strong. Fire rate, burst count, and then pluses to mag and reload, reload and swap, gun damage and fire rate, more reload, and then the keep it rolling skill. That could be kind of fun if you were earlier in the game, or if you were doing an allegiance run, get a bunch of movement speed to go with all the damage and handling and stuff. Okay, that could be nice. I will also say, Scorn in UVHM, definitely not as strong. One of the main reasons I'm running it on melee build, though, is just because if you time it right, you can get extra melee swings out faster with the override cooldown. It's very hyper-specific, but it also provides a little bit of extra supplemental damage, and it's just kind of not a problem. So, it's alright. We'll just use it. I cannot fight these guys. I'm just gonna do Myrmidon about it. Hopefully. Okay, maybe Myrmidon's not so strong. Melee it is. Just gotta kind of get them stuck. There we go. There we go. You can PHASELOCK him? Okay. They probably resist melee, don't they? Did I choose one of the worst DLCs to do melee in? I probably could have waited till Dragons to actually try it out, I guess. But he's kind of just broken now, so I'm not complaining about that. Oh, he might not be able to properly do stuff. Okay, don't PHASELOCK him. Got it. Immortal skeletons are kind of one of the best things I can PHASELOCK in here. They don't die, so there's not a chance for subsequents to roll over to the kings. I mean, it might want to be fixed. Maybe don't make the kings PHASELOCKable to, like, keep this not a problem. But, like, still, this kind of nice. Kind of convenient. Okay. Yeah, this is weird, but it works. Okay, we're not gonna get Grog Quest because we know that it's just kind of okay. And the Orc is definitely more silly in this mod. Like, it's okay, but it just, by comparison, is just nothing compared to the Orc. So we'll just use that. This floor is unjumpable. This is so sad. The PHASELOCK is kind of farming out too, I gotta say. That's pretty nice. I mean, I'm kind of spec'd for it, but also I could still have conduction for even more damage on top. But, like, yeah, it's zapping dudes pretty darn well. It's kind of nice. Yeah. Regret. Just kidding, no regret. Only gaming. We take those. This was definitely on purpose. Alright, sir. Bring it on. Okay, maybe we do go pick up a Roid Shield before we get too invested into the rest of the DLC. Kind of thought it was just Skeleton Kings that were thick, but we might just need that type of damage here in UVHM. Okay. Well, that's fair. There we go. Yeah, let's go find out where that shield drops from and grab one. Okay, so the Love Thumper, which is now the Rollin', drops from Henry, the Stalker. Oh, okay. Well, yeah, let's just go bully out Henry the Stalker real quick, I guess. And then just knock out the rest of DLC. At where? What? Why are you so cursed? Alright, I'm dropping the PHASELOCK to get cooldown going. Leveled up Slurred Words. Wait for Henry to move so that he doesn't fall into the ground on PHASELOCK. And bully. Okay, so now we just chain farm out Henry. Unless this just gives it. This does just give it. Okay, I can roll this. Right, so now we just stack not shield stuff. I'm just going to ignore Untap Potential probably. I guess Resilience or Conduction could be of use, maybe then. No points in Aegis for the build. Maybe just one more point in Nurture to get down tree. We'll see. Alright, yep. Pretty much same build, just without the shield stuff. Seems good. Okay, so immediate note, I am slower. But I should just have more damage, so should be fine. I think I have more damage. Okay. Yeah, we'll just play around with this, see how we feel. And skip this room. Just jump up through here. Not deal with it. Maybe I shoot this guy. Unless I can PHASELOCK him in this mod. I didn't think so. Oh, it doesn't matter. Okay, let's go Myrmidon gameplay.
And I wish you wouldn't.
Good job. Crystal Elixir. Huh. says slag. Hold on, does that actually slag? I doubt it. I mean, that hurts. Who knows? We'll see. Grab dude to run fast. Maybe throw a scorn ball because it's funny. And keep moving. Right, I'm not using this to grenade jump. Wait, does it just linger damage? No. Okay, that was probably just me. Okay, so yeah, it's like fire stuff. And it kind of bullies a little bit whenever it doesn't get stuck in the floor. Or if people don't step on it. Okay. Not as impressed, but still neat. I'll keep moving. The first boss fight I'm testing after getting a roid shield is the one that does leech if you get too close to her. I really know how to pick and choose, huh? I'm making the best decisions right now. Hello, ma'am. I can't tell if that's better or not. Hold on. I saw a 45 and a 61. Wait, that's still comparable damage. Okay, so why does it feel kind of not so? Okay, so the melee is comparable with or without a roid shield on. But I also feel like it doesn't bully bosses as hard as it could. I don't know. It's kind of odd. It's like in between. Testing is weird for right now. We'll test it properly somewhere else. She's life-stealing. Oh, I hate this. It's such a... Oh. Stop. Just perish. Thank you. Alright, cool. We take those. Okay, now we can do some proper testing. So, get rid of that. 27. Okay. Put on the roid shield. It is worse. Huh. Well, there you go. It's actually better to just not wear a roid shield. Huh. I thought it would feel stronger. Is Roland just bugged, potentially? That's a good question. I guess I can grab a generic roid. This one does 85, right? So, hold on. Alright, 62. Okay, so Roland might be bugged. There is a chance. Well, we could go get a Hide of Terra. I guess. Well, that feels about right with the kneecapper. Can't forget that we can just, you know, bust that out if we ever feel like our melee doesn't feel so good. So that's funny. Did I get a hide?
Nice.
No. Okay. Hey, there we go. Alright, and it's grounded. That could be convenient, maybe. Oh, and we can get shaped glass from Torg DLC later? And then drop our health pool down even further and be even more sketchy about our gameplay? That'll be nice. Okay, we have plans. Go on, get. Okay, this looks a little more like what I expected. Okay. Yeah, this seems a lot more correct. Alright, there we go.
So what did you guys think of that fight?
Dragon's probably gonna be pretty darn chill. Just gonna put it out there. I will say, with the discovery of the fact that we can just use a normal old roid shield for this, I still get to take advantage of our movement speed while closing the gap. And then it's just on shield break damage. It's kind of nice. Alright, bring it on. Can I face lock you? Oh, shrimp. Oh, we can shrimp. And that damage is pretty respectable. Okay. And the phase lock duration is so long that it literally just doesn't matter. I can just sit here and just swipe away. Well, that's disgusting. Then we pull the next one down, and unfortunately, he becomes slag immune because he was dotted when he landed. But we can still fight him. Well, this makes this super chill. And also gives me a thumb workout. Please. There we go. I guess Incinerator is playing the game now. And so is that slag dot. Alright, we love random slag dot. It's XP farming. Don't worry about it. There we go. Alright, well that's pretty chill. You can just do that to them on my eye, I guess. I don't want to say it's free, but it's relatively free. Of course, I think if you phase lock them while they're flying over the void, they will fall down. And then that does soft lock the fight and you have to save quit. But like, outside of that, just only phase lock them while they're over the stadium or the arena and you're fine. So, cool. I definitely think one of our first investments would be getting Shaped Glass from Torg DLC. Just to over-buff our melee damage even harder. So, we'll keep that in mind. We got a pinpoint for increased crit damage, but decreased gun damage. Honestly, does this apply to melee crit? We're gonna go back to Sanctuary and test that. I'm curious. And then Cyber Blaster. Okay. What do you do? I forget. Right, it's this thing. Gotcha. Oh, there you go. Okay, so... a little over 8 mil, almost 9 mil on crit. 9 mil on crit. Okay, so yeah, it's the exact same. It does not apply to melee crit. That's totally understandable. Probably would have been a bit OP. Alright, well, I mean, we can go ahead and look at the vendor here in Tina DLC. We already know what it gives because we just did our last playthrough of Recoded, but just in case to catch everybody up, you can get Pinpoint for extra crit, but -2 base damage. Infraready, which is the Seeker, but multiplied. Power Puff, which is actually kind of a silly SMG that just shoots like every element. And then Retribution, which is antagonist but fire. And honestly, with the fact that it has a 100% deflect chance, and we could overbuff what goes around, could theoretically do funny stuff with it. Don't know if all of our reflective bosses are still reflective. I don't know if they stripped that away from some of them. I don't think so, because if they didn't, that'd be super cool for characters who can abuse that. But I also know that a lot of mod devs are annoyed by reflect, so I don't know. Okay, so Incinerator still reflects, but Hyperius does not, but his minions do. It'd be real awkward to get him into a spot where you can reflect him with his minions without, like, you know, just getting rolled yourself, but, like, theoretically feasible, I guess. Yeah, I mean, if they're just gonna get stuck and that's gonna be GG, I might as well bust out the kneecapper, huh? And we have 56 Seraph Crystals. So close. Oh, one more.
Shut up. That was interesting.
There we go. And just kind of back up far enough for these to explode near the boss. And there we go. Okay. So yeah, you can just kind of do that to them. I'm gonna look at the floor now because of all the lag, but yeah, that works. That works pretty nice. Okay. Well, yeah, now I feel obligated to just go do Torgue DLC and get ourselves the funny pokey thing. So let's just go do that. We'll probably end up switching builds pretty quick into the DLC, but I might as well see what Shaped Glass is like against at least Pete or something. It'll be strong. That's the answer. It's just going to be really strong. Oh, it can go up to grade 15? Oh no. I'll just take grade 13. That's fine. And then also, yeah, we could get a new melee shield here if we were ever in need. We could also just go get a Hide of Terra because it's really easy to bully Terra, though, to be fair. But we have choices, so that's cool. Now, excuse me while I take my max health by as much as possible to deal more damage.
Your moments from death.
Ow. Okay, I get one shot by barrels now. That's good to know. Well, yeah, that's strong. Oh, I kind of stopped making mod review videos because I realized I was basically saying the same things over and over again.
Bye now. Enough.
Every single mod turned into this mod feels good. It has its own unique twist in this way. And it is fun. So I kind of stopped doing that just because it felt like I was just repeating myself too much. You know, I guess you don't need a direct elementalist build either. The fact that you can just chain through mobs regardless of melee or gun build with the PHASELOCK is kind of pretty fun.
This will hurt.
Like, I don't have anything in Middle Tree, which would give us a bunch of extra elemental damage and effect chance. But, like, yeah, I don't even have Middle Tree spec at all. And even without it, like, you know, seems pretty good. It's funny how things keep flip-flopping between, like, wow, this is insane, and then, oh, this is kind of just okay here. I guess that's why some things are situational, and also means that you're encouraged to try stuff at random places. And that's kind of just a Borderlands 2 thing. It's not even really a mod thing at that point. But it's nice. Yeah, this is without elemental buffs at all. I was kind of waiting until at least level 80, because I do want to still be able to get life tap and stuff, but yeah, Middle Tree probably would go pretty crazy right about now. Okay, I cannot PHASELOCK Pete, although that Scorn Ball went pretty crazy. I guess it's because it's normal Pete, it's not like a raid Pete or anything. But that was pretty strong. Okay. Well, get farmed. Alright. Torgue Death Race. Once again, start the race, immediately drive away. You can skip the countdown timer, get yourself a little extra distance. And also probably use a barrel technical because it's the fastest boosting car in the game. It'd be kind of nice to have a mob phase locked for this. Hold on. Do I have any alive anywhere? Hold on, 1 second, ma'am.
Pleasure to be here, Torque. Simple, Torque. Motor Mama may have a chip on her shoulder and a gut full of baby flesh, but my Vault Hunter survived a run-in with handsome Jack.
There we go. Alright, we got a phase lock target. Wonder if I can just knock her out of her bike. Yes, we can. There we go. Nice.
What'd I tell ya?
Oh, I didn't know you could do this.
You're near the security box. Open it and great.
Interesting. Hold on, now I'm curious.
Flyboy and become the #2 badass on the leaderboard.
Interesting. I'm assuming that's not solid, so I'm not going to try to jump on that. I guess here we go. Oops. Yep, that's not solid. Well, since I'm out here, what does this map look like? Oh. That makes sense. Okay, I'll just save quit now. Alright, for the buzzards, we're just going to respect them, you know, fight them properly, apparently, if I don't get stacks. There we go. Yeah, just nice and respectful stuff here. Normal behavior. Nothing too insane. I think we're winning. I don't know yet. Please. Just one frame of a man. Okay. Hey, we won. Alright, cool. Okay, I don't have any good ways to deal with Piston's blimp. I'm gonna be honest, so we're just doing the tried and true shooting it into the boss so that it doesn't deal damage. That's what yes, absolutely, that's what I wanted. Well, it was working. I landed in lava, it doesn't matter. We take those. Get farmed, nerd. You know, with how much time we're gonna have left over today, I might as well hit level 80 so that we can do proper elemental build testing tomorrow.
Stay still.
And then just go enjoy it in Pirate DLC, which is generally pretty safe for elemental builds. So that should be nice.
Once the tournament is over.
Yeah, we'll just spam dragons about it. Can't believe I'm saying this for once, but come here, coward. Hit me. Drop the shield.
Tell you, Torque, this is a legendary battle between cowardice and heroism.
Alright, well, hold on. Alright, hold on. Wait a minute.
The Badassosaurus has been destroyed.
We take a trade. Okay. Can I phase lock him in this mod? No. Okay, fair. It is what it is. We'll just put it in rotation. Yeah, just normal piston fight activities. There we go. That's actually a really nice way to get over here. Don't even have to run it down mid. You can just jump around the back instead. Alright, summon Pete. PHASELOCK Spider Ant. Stand close enough to Pete that he pops shield. I mean, it's definitely a strat. I'm not going to say it's the strat, but it's something. It's funny anyway. I still have health gate. I guess it doesn't matter. There we go. Boss down. Also, he drops so many Seraph Crystals every time I fight him in this mod. It's kind of interesting. I don't have drop multi on or something, do I? No. Yeah, he just dumps so much. A battalion? I'm assuming this is the crossfire. I'm also assuming I'll need an actual target. Yeah, that looks kind of like the crossfire with the singularity attached to it. Well, that's still pretty cool, though. Okay. Let's go turn in quest and then farm XP. I've been reminded that Saturn gives tons of XP, so we're going to use him as our XP farm. Seems pretty reasonable. Yeah, that's going to be pretty fast. Regret, go. There we go. Alright, level 80. So, we need equipment. And probably to look at our spec a little bit. But there we go. Okay, so here at level 80, I think for our build we're going to try this for right now. It's still a melee spec, to be fair. I don't really like discharge, and I feel like I can skip up conduction for now. But Ruin seems to do a pretty good job with our damage. We have Iridian Herald for extra status effect damage here. We can use Elemental Enhancement with a shock weapon to do both storm and the elemental damage buffs from that, which could be pretty cool. Infusion would make all of our bullets also apply slag. And then, yeah, I think our right or left tree is going to be fine how it is. So we need equipment now. We need stuff. Stuff and things. And I know one guy who drops a lot of stuff and a lot of things. Hello, sir. Oh, he's gonna live. Yeah, he lived. There we go. Yeah, so he kind of just drops a lot. It's weird to use him as a general loot farm, but I think it's what we're gonna do. Should we do that thing where we just hit OP10 before we go ahead and, you know, do the rest of our DLC? Because then we'd have access to pearls, and then we could just, you know, mess around with those. Maybe I do that? I might do that, honestly. Because then I could just, like, really roll what I want to get for, like, the rest of DLC and stuff. And then we could actually just test out the stuff for a couple days in a row. I don't know. I still need a shock weapon, though. I haven't had any luck so far. The swarm is always funny. A Raiju, you know, this is shock. This would work. Kinda wish I could get something else, though, to really, like, goof around with, but... yeah. Yeah, it might be fine. Okay, well, there we go. We can try to mess with this for a little bit. I'm mainly just holding it to buff Elemental Enhancement. because I do just need an elemental gun in my hands, but I also wanted the shock because of Storm, so it would apply a massive debuff to mobs that we hit with it. We could go into Bloodshot and just test it out. So yeah, let's go to Bloodshot real quick. Okay, so just kind of grab a guy, bully the guy, bully that guy. Okay. I mean, the damage on this thing is also just really high. On top of everything else. Tag him with the cloud. Yeah, for not having to assist that, that's actually like really, really strong. And then we're running the Vault-Bound class mod, so it gives an extra 5 seconds to duration on top of buffing concentration. So a full extra minute of time on PHASELOCK. And it cools down reasonably fast. There we go. And then we just start rolling again. Every once in a while, Subsequence gets confused about grabbing men, though. I have noticed, but, like, it's not a problem. Okay. Yeah, if it gets confused, you just cancel it, which is where the need for cancellation comes in. Totally makes sense in terms of actually, like, late-game practice of using the skill. I know it felt a little weird early game to have PHASELOCK cancel because I kept accidentally shutting it off. But here in late game, it's actually just nice. Because I can just grab a guy, use him for buffs, and then whenever I get bored or I get too far away, just cancel it, use it somewhere else. This is good. This is like really, really good. Right, well, there we go. I think that I'll just run another day of DLC without doing OP levels first, and then we'll do OP levels after that, whatever DLC we have left over after that as well. And then question mark, test OP10 stuff, because this is going pretty darn well. I do like the elemental damage, it feels respectably strong. We'll have to keep an eye out for anything else we want to smack on it. I might not use the discharger. I was told that, like, hey, it's kind of fun, but probably could take advantage of just, like, anything else. We'll see what we do. Either way, this feels really, really nice. Day 5.